person. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube, and I want to talk about today why I believe 5 reasons why ball pythons make good pets, why you should get yourself a ball python, why I think they make great animals.
I really think ball pythons are really beautiful creatures, honestly.
This is Fiona. Again, this is my first ball python. He's the first one I got. He's about 3 years. This is Egypt. She's almost a year. The place I got her from was saying like she was like a hatchling. She is a albino. She's gonna get bigger than him because she's a girl. And the girl ball python get bigger than the boys for them to store their eggs. The first reason why ball pythons make good pets is because they are honestly, they're chill and they're calm. They're calm animals. I've never had a pet that I would think would just be so chill and relaxed. Because all the other animals I had before as pets, I had parakeets, I had hamsters, I had a guinea pig, I think I had a rabbit, so many dogs. I had so many dogs. And they were always, you know, being hyped and things like that. Ball pythons, like, they're really, look. They're really calm. Like, they don't really move fast like some snakes. They don't bite. I never really seen like, I never really saw like a angry ball python. I think I've maybe seen like maybe 2 out of all the ball pythons that I've seen and encountered. But I think it was just because like they were brand new to wherever they were, or because like they weren't really like handled as much maybe. I've never had any issues with these 2 that always like kind of seem pissed at me. Fiona has bit me. He bit me a few times on accident though, but it was mostly pertaining to me feeding him. When you feed a ball python, if you feed it in its enclosure, usually what happens is if you put your hand inside it, now it's gonna think that you're probably food because it's used to, you know, being in its own environment. And you know, every time they see something, they might think like, oh, this food, because I made that mistake once when I was feeding him. So I learned a lesson from that. I mean, me personally, I would say it might be hard to find a, I mean, I've seen videos of some, but I mean, I never had any like issues with them being crazy, being mean, being grumpy. In the beginning, they were, I mean, obviously hiding a lot and stuff, and you know, being in a ball. But I think that's the only other thing that ball pythons do, because they're ball pythons. They're not really vicious animals. I mean, I never really had a bad experience with a ball python. I'm always pissed off like other species of snakes. So they're really chill, they're really calm. If you want like a pet that's gonna be calm, relaxed, you want to chill, you want to do some homework, you want to lay it down, they do like to explore. We'll say though, at night sometimes, Fiona, he'll be trying to escape out his cage. So it'll be like 1, 2 in the morning. I'm hearing like boom, boom, like sometimes from the top of the cage, because he be trying to escape and he be making it out sometimes. I know exactly where he is. Ball pythons, they're calm, they're chill. Fiona pretty much just acts like this. Ball pythons, first reason I believe they make great pets, because they're really calm, they're really chill. They're not gonna be a dog running off, or you know, a bird screaming in the top of his lungs. Nah, they're really chill, really calm pets.
And they honestly really have a thing for exploring.
Number 2, why ball pythons make good pets is the maintenance. You only really have to make sure that their enclosure is just always gonna be in Gucci shape. It is important to obviously change their substrate. Only thing that really might be in there sometimes you gotta take care of in their enclosures is their digestion and making sure that they get water. They do shed in their tanks. I kind of would collect their shedding, but only for memorable purposes, like how some people keep their children's first toy or their first clothes, or just because I think it's cool to see how big he got over time, and just it's cool to see something that you've raised and put your time into and seeing it grow, like, you know, like, wow, look at this progress, like you got big. I think ball pythons make good pets because they are really low with maintenance. Number 3, why ball pythons make good pets, they live for a long time. Ball pythons live for a long time. Reptiles live for a long time. I think the longest record of a ball python, I think 47 years? I lived for like a long time. So if they're really well taken care of and things like that, 30, 40 years. So if you want a pet that's gonna stick around, be your buddy, you want yourself like a lifelong friend, I think a ball python is a good idea. Get yourself a friend that's gonna stick around to the end. And that's what I'm excited and hyped for, because I know I'm gonna stick around with my babies for the longest. And also cool because it's like, you know, you have an animal that's been with you for a long time, and then you remember sometimes like, oh, I remember when I first got you, you know, just like raising something. I think that comes with the joy with raising a pet. Kind of like, you know, raising your own children and stuff. So I think ball pythons make great pets for such a long age, lifelong friends. Number 4, why I think ball pythons make good pets is their feeding. They don't eat all the time, like, you know how we like dogs and cats and some other pets, you have to feed them like more than once a day. Ball pythons, maybe all you really gotta do, give them a rat once a week. Bam. They good, that's it. I will recommend and say that I think it is best to feed frozen mice and rats to ball pythons. You can do live, but I first fed Fiona live, first got him, but then I switched over to frozen and was able to feed him frozen, and he was able to take it, because I read that some mice could be able to attack and try to fight back at a ball python. A rat could try and scratch him, and I don't know, a disease or anything like that. But with ball pythons, you just gotta make sure you feed them once a week. Get a frozen rat, thaw it out, make it feel at a temp where it's able enough for the ball python to consume. You could just like dangle it, an impression that something live is right there. And then a couple of days later, they'll kind of shelter themselves for them to digest the food, being like a poop, and then you clean it up and like that's it. And the 5th reason why I believe ball pythons make good pets, it is a good and perfect example of a beginner snake. It can give you an experience of owning a snake. They're really easy to handle and manage. I believe they have the potential to show you the beauty of a snake. Egypt, I am in love with her colors. I need to invest in a light, different colors and stuff. They make a good beginner snake for anyone who's like interested in getting to like the reptile side. I think ball pythons can, in a way, I think they're good for like a beginner snake. They really eliminate the fear of snakes. Like when I first saw Fiona, I wasn't scared, but I was like, okay, this is a snake. But no, after a while, like pretty much just like owning him and stuff, I kind of figured out I didn't really have nothing much to really be afraid of when it comes to snakes. Because I know like some people are, when I go out in public and some people are like, oh, you know, oh, is that a snake? Other people I know, they're like, what, you had a snake? And then like when I let them touch it and pet it and see it, they kind of just go like, oh, there's not much to really be afraid of. It's just snake. It's just calm and really cool and don't really bring harm to people or anybody. That's another thing too. I think ball pythons are beautiful creatures. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video, and talk about why I think ball pythons make good pets. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe. Yes. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all enjoy yourselves. Peace.